All right, I need some energy, so I'm gonna ask y'all to do something. I'm gonna ask y'all to clap. My name is Black Princess, and I want you to see that I take racial segregation very seriously. It is a truly monumental problem in the world about effects of apartheid on boys and girls. The perpetrators persevere to segregate while these South Africans continue to demonstrate against a battery of repressive laws which they can see will separate many African families. At birth, each child is classified as being white, Asian colored, or black outside. And if you're black, chances are that you will not exist, for death may come by the white supremacists. Apartheid kills. It has been truly said. It is the reason black children are and will be dead. Greetings, welcome all. I give thanks and praises to my ancestors. My name is Aiyisha LaTonya Tazashima Obafemi, and I am very, very black. Where I'm from and when I grew up, my people didn't say, "How are you doing?" They would say, "How black is it?" And your response was, "Very, very black." So I won't ask y'all how you doing today. Instead, I will ask, how black is it? Okay, so what you heard me recite was something that I wrote when I was 16 years old, okay? And that was during the time of apartheid. So I come from a family of revolutionaries, singers, and musicians. My mother, may she rest in peace, Aiyisha Fulani Nandi Suni Ali, was a grassroots activist, movement builder, and vocalist who sang with Zenzili Miriam Makeba and Nina Simone. She was a member of the Black Panther Party and also a citizen of the Republic of New Africa. My Baba, Ahmed Obafemi, is a vocalist, a citizen of the Republic of New Africa, and co-founder of the Malcolm X grassroots movement. My Baba Bilal is an original member of Gil Scott-Heron's Midnight Band, a founding member of the notorious, his words, Bronx and Harlem chapter of the Black Panther Party, and a citizen of the Republic of New Africa. So in the 80s, there was a time when black leaders were being framed by COINTELPRO, killed, jailed, and their homes raided by the FBI, and all while watching their brothers and sisters in South Africa fight against apartheid. This was a time where you had to decide whether you wanted to be colored, Negro, black, or like my parents and my family, very, very black. As my parents, as revolutionaries, Black nationalists, and former political prisoners, for them, music and revolution go hand in hand. They carried on traditions of our ancestors who used music to make sense of life. When our ancestors were kidnapped from Africa, they shared what was happening through music. They would tell how they were going to escape through music. They would tell the time and where they would meet through music. They would celebrate, praise, worship, and mourn, all through music. Music is the way that we have always shared the experiences of life, who we are not, what we don't have, and what we aspire to achieve. Music is a soundtrack to life. One good thing about music, when it hits, you feel no pain. When I entered the music and entertainment industry 31 years ago on a professional level, I wanted to be part of the business that I grew up in. I had decided that I no longer wanted to be an artist. For years, I thought that my path was to be a singer, but I decided to be behind the scenes. I was blessed to have two amazing, famous cousins who were making waves in the industry at the same time, Grand Puba Maxwell and Tupac Amaru Shakur. In the early 90s, we were all on the scene, My cousins and my brothers, Chaka Zulu and Jeff Dixon, learning the business together. We knew from our shared upbringing that authenticity and being examples of revolutionary change was part of our unwritten contract with the industry. What I have always known is that being anything other than my authentic self has never been an option. I am very grateful for my upbringing and those who guided me in adolescence through my adult years. I would now like to pay homage to some of my village. Gil Scott-Heron, musical genius. Miriam Makeba, she was so many things, but one thing that she did was she actually fought against the oppression in South Africa, and she was doing such an amazing job that she was exiled. So at the time when her mother passed, she was unable to attend the funeral because she was fighting for her people. Kwame Ture, formerly known as Stokely Carmichael, he was married to Zenzi when my mother was singing with her. And during that time when I was on the road, he was my caretaker. So he knew me before I could walk and talk. And my uncle holds a very special place in my heart. Him and my mother were both Black Panthers, and so while they were traveling abroad, they would often talk about the plight of Black people in America. Nina Simone, unapologetically Black. Hugh Masekela, brilliant. Chokwe Lumumba, a warrior who fought for my mother's freedom when she was falsely jailed and subject to COINTELPRO, and we lived without her in the same home for 4 years. My uncle Lumumba Shakur, warrior. My aunt Afeni Shakur, warrior. My cousin Set is sitting right here. My uncle Matulu Shakur, another warrior. Sekou Odinga, fighting warrior. My maternal grandmother, Geneva Bracy Boston, she was declared legally blind at the age of 8. She went to school, learned to read and write Braille, used to catch the subway in New York City by herself, could walk around with no problem. She never let what people considered a handicap hold her back. My maternal grandfather, Alajo Adegbalola, he was a Tuskegee Airman. He was also a warrior and a general in the Black Nationalist movement. My aunt, Laverne B. Johnson, one of my favorite people, and I miss her. My aunt Amina, Gloria Joyce Dixon, my oldest aunt on both sides, who took care of me. My paternal grandparents, William and Catherine Dixon, whenever you entered their house, it was food, it was love, and you knew you were in a comfortable place and you didn't have to worry about anything. Anwar Pasha, better known as Papa Wells, he was the second signer for the Declaration of Independence for the Republic of New Africa. Imari Obadeli and Dara Abubakari, they were both presidents of the Republic of New Africa, and at one time they were co-presidents. And my uncle Charles Earl Dixon, who was also there for me all while growing up. And I could go on, but that's enough for now. Collectively, they taught me these vital lessons. And as my brother Chaka Zulu says, the lesson is in the work. Be the best you possible. Nobody can be you but you. Believe in the family and the community, and in the community as a family, and work to make this concept live. Stand in your conviction and be relentless, even in the face of adversity. Know the importance of telling our own stories, and I'm proud that I was able to put this into practice when I wrote my first book, A Light on a Hill. Blessed are those who struggle. Oppression is worse than the grave. It's better to die for a noble cause than to live and die a slave. Being my authentic, very, very Black self is both part of my legacy and responsibility. It is what I owe to the next generation. I live by the motto, each one, teach one. A true leader leads by example in whatever space they occupy. My message for you today is to live your truth. Be open-minded. The only thing that you owe anyone is the truth. Study. You young ones, find mentors. Don't allow anyone to steal your joy. Speak up in that meeting. Go against the grain. And don't be afraid to disagree with the majority. And if you have any doubts, just ask yourself, how Black is it? Thank you for attending my TED Talk.